folks, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn English Grammar Effectively. I run online IELTS and spoken English classes. Interested people can contact me through email. My email address is given in the description box. We have already completed the series of tenses in which I have explained each tense with depth. So kindly watch the series of tenses. All these things are very helpful to all of you in all kinds of competitive exams, GRE, SET, TOEFL, IELTS and spoken English. So do watch, like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon. Today we are going to learn all WH questions with proper understanding and with proper pictures for your better understanding. All these WH questions play an essential role in building communication skills, boosting social skills, and promoting critical thinking skills as well as enhancing understanding level. So all these things are very useful to all of you. So let's begin. In this session, we will learn WH questions or words and confusing words with comparison with the help of variety of sentences as well as with the help of pictures. And all these things, when to put, where to put and what will you get in reply. Everything we are going to see in detail. First, that is who. It means if you want to frame any question with the help of who, you will get the subject as your answer. Or here you can say if you want to use who, you will get the subject or the performer. Second, that is where. It shows place. So if you want to frame your question with the help of where, so you will get the place. When. When is used to know the time. What. What will use to know the object. Then here why. Why we use to know the reason. Which is used to ask about choice. Whose. Whose is used to show the possession or you can say ownership. Whom is used to know the receiver. How is used to know the way or the manner. How many. If you want to use how many, you can use only with countable nouns. Countable nouns means the nouns which can be counted. How much. How much. If you ask question with how much, you will get your answer about quantity and with only uncountable nouns. How far. How far is used to know the distance. How long. It is used to know the time duration. How often is used to ask about frequency. So let's see all these 14 WH questions in detail. First, that is who. So if you frame any question with the help of who, you will get the person or name of the person in reply. So it is about person. First, how to frame your question with who, that is mention. Who's that? Who do you love? You can tell us. Who knows the answers to these questions? Who lives in this house? Next, that is where. Where shows place. It means when you frame any WH question, means with the help of where. If you frame any question, then you will get the name of the place in reply. For example, where do you live? So if I answer, so I live in Singapore. So Singapore, that is the name of the place. So I have to ask with where. Only then I will get the name of that particular place. Where did you lose your bracelet? So here, first of all, you have to be very clear how to frame interrogative question first. So everything I have mentioned in my series of tenses, so kindly watch them out, and then here you will come to know how to put all these WH questions. Where can I see you again? Where had she gone? Okay, next is when. So when you ask any question with when, you will get time in reply. So that is why clock is mentioned, means it is about time. When do you wake up every day? So here do is given. So do you wake up every day? That is interrogative form. There you will get only yes no type question. Right? Then here when is mentioned, so it becomes more elaborative. So first of all you have to learn how to frame this interrogative sentence. So do you wake up every day? So how to do? So first you have to put present to be form, then you, that is the subject, then wake up, that is V1 form of the main verb, and every day, that is an adverb, and then put question mark. And if you want to know more about time, then you have to add here when. So this way you have to frame this interrogative form. For that you have to refer the series of tenses. When do you intend to move here? When did you finish your school? Now see here, did. So that is regarding with simple past tense. So how to frame interrogative sentence, that is already mentioned in simple past tense. So go to the series of tenses and then come to this WH question. So it will be very easy for you to understand. When will they leave? Here also the same way. When is given. Then will they leave? So will auxiliary verb. Then here they is given. So that is subject, and leave, that is V1 form. So will they leave? How to frame? This way you have to frame, and then you have to put when, because you want to know about the time. So when will they leave? Question mark. Next is what. With the help of what, you will come to know about the object. What are you doing now? What will you teach tomorrow? So if I answer this question, so I would say that I will teach grammar tomorrow. So grammar, so that is their object. That is why you have to ask with what. Only then you will get object. What did you do yesterday? Here also past tense is given. What did you do? So did you do yesterday? First of all you have to learn this, and then you have to come to WH questions. What time is it? What have you made for lunch? So I have made pizza for lunch. So pizza, right? So that is an object. So for that you have to ask with what. What have you been doing since I left? What did the girl have in her bag? What will the professor have been teaching by the midterm? So this way you can frame WH questions, particularly what. What support will the government have been providing for small businesses? So this way you have to frame. Next is why. If you want to ask with why, then you will get reason in reply. For example, why have you done this? Second, why are you late? So you can answer this way, that I stuck in traffic, that's why I am late. So why? I have mentioned reason. So with the help of why you can ask, and if you remove ask, you will reply with reasons, various kinds of reasons. Why didn't you tell me you could not come today? Why are you calling me? Why don't we meet more often anymore? Why haven't you finished this work? Why has the phone been ringing for the last 2 hours? Why did you do that? So, in reply to all these, you will get number of reasons. That is why here, why is given in the interrogative sentence. Next is which. If you have choices, then you have to use which. See, picture is mentioned. With the help of this picture, we will learn so that you can understand in a better way. First of all, two ways are given. Okay? In two different directions. So, choice is given. Means you have to choose in which way you want to go. That is why we will frame sentence with the help of which. First, which one is better? This one or that one? Means two directions, two ways are given. So, which one is better according to you? This one or that one? So, choose any one. So, if it is a matter of choice, then you have to ask a question with the help of which only. Second, which key is it? Which leg hurts? Which one do you want? Which way should I go? See here. Which way should I go? This way or that way? So, it is your choice. You have to choose any one. Which one did you pick? Next is whose. It shows possession, or you can say ownership. For example, see, picture is given. Okay? One boy is having his own umbrella. So, own his own umbrella. That is why we have to ask question with whose to get his possession. Means first, whose book did you bring? Whose mobile is this? Whose sheep are this? Whose picture is this? Okay, let's move to whom. When you ask any question with whom, you will get object of a verb. For example, whom will you meet tomorrow? Whom did you see? Whom will he blame for the accident? Next is how. When you ask or when you frame any sentence, any question with how, you will get way or manner in reply. First, how can I question in English? How old are you? how was your vacation? So if I say it was amazing, then you have to mention step. First, second, third. So these are the ways and manners. So how was your vacation? That way you have to answer. How big is the house? How will she be traveling? Okay, now how many? You have to use how many in question form only with countable nouns. If you want to know about countable nouns, only then you have to use how many. It is about quantity. For example, how many people work in your company? So if I answer, so I would say, so 20 people work in my company. So 20, so people can be counted. That is why I have asked question with how many. Here also you can see in picture, burgers, sandwiches and hot dogs. All these are countable things, countable nouns which can be counted, that is called countables. How many examples are given? So 6 examples are given. 6. So examples can be counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is why I have asked question with how many. How many rupees do you have? Okay, now be clear about rupees and money. If you are talking about rupees, so that will come in countable nouns. But if you are talking about money, that will come in uncountable nouns. That is why here with rupees I have used how many, because it will come under the category of countable nouns. How many books did you buy? How many countries are there in the world? So countries can be counted. That is why I have asked question with how many. Next is how much. See the picture, right? We cannot count juice, milk, tea, sugar. Okay, so that is why if you want to get answer in with this uncountable nouns, you have to ask question with how much. For example, how much money did you spend? I have already explained. With rupees, how many will come, and with money you have to use how much, because this will come under the category of uncountable nouns. Second, how much milk do you want? Milk cannot be counted. That is why uncountable, and this is the reason I have mentioned how much. How much traffic was there on the way to work? How much is that painting? So it is about price. How much are those shoes? How much will it cost me? How much meat did your dog eat? So meat can be uncounted. That is why how much. Next is how far. To know the distance, see, with the help of picture we will try to understand. Here one road is mentioned, right? So distance is given. So with the help of how far, with this kind of WH question, you will get distance in reply as your answer. For example, how far your school from your home? How far will you drive to reach the station? How far did you run? Next is how long. Okay, if you want to know about the time duration, you have to ask or you have to frame your question with the help of how long. First, how long have you been here? I have been here for 3 hours. If I answer this way, so that is the answer of this question. How long have you been here? How long has he slept? He has slept for 1 hour. So that is the answer of how long, time duration. How long had he been talking? How long have you known her? How long will it take? It will take 5 hours. So 5 hours, that is the time duration. How long have they been married? How long has he been waiting? How long did you study English? How long will you have been living here at the end of the year? Now, how often? So, it is about frequency. For example, how often do big stars come back to repeat their performances? So, frequency. Once, twice, thrice. So, this might be the answers of this how often. How often do you drive? How often do you eat vegetables? So if I answer this, then I would say I eat vegetables daily. Okay, or you can say twice a day, thrice a day. So twice, thrice, that is frequency. How often do you travel? Okay, let's see some confusing words. First, we will start with who versus whom. It means sometimes you might get confused in using this who or whom. So, this table will clear your doubts. First of all, who. So, we have already seen who, that shows subject, and whom, with whom you can get an object. Okay. So this way you have to be very clear first. Then who is a subject pronoun like I, he, she, we and so on. Whereas here object whom. So whom is an object pronoun like him, her, us, etc. First of all. Then next we use who to ask which person does an action. We have already seen in the beginning that who. How to use this who. So it is used only for person. That is why here it is mentioned. Next, we use whom to ask which person receives an action. It means it is about the receiver or about an object. Then you have to use whom. Okay. Examples are mentioned. First, who is that boy? And who rang the doorbell, for example. So here you can answer. The peon rang the doorbell. So the peon, that is the answer. That is the person. That is why here who is asked. Then whom. To whom did you give the notebook? So I gave my notebook to my friend. Okay. So here object, to my friend. So that is an object. So if you want to get your answer as an object, so you have to ask with whom, and if you want to know about the subject, then you have to ask with who. Next is whom versus whose. Where to put whom or where to put whose, that is shown. Let's learn with the help of tabular format. Whom and whose. Okay, whom. It is an object pronoun like him, her, us, etc. Whose, it shows possession. Possession means ownership. A possessive pronoun like her, our and so on. Okay, now come to whom. It is used to ask which person receives an action. So it is about this object. Then whose. Here it is used to ask who owns something. Who is the owner? Let's see some examples. Whom will he blame for the accident? Whom did you choose for your team leader? So this way you can ask or you can frame your question with the help of whom to get an object. Okay, now come to whose. Whose gloves are these? Whose lunch box was stolen in the class? Whose? So who is the owner of this? Okay, so with the help of this whose you can get this possession or who is the owner. Ownership you will get with the help of whose. Now let's compare who and what. Where to put who and where to put what. Okay. First of all, two examples are mentioned. So let's try to understand with the help of given examples. First, Raj likes oranges. Pay attention here. First of all, I have framed sentence or question with the help of who and the same with the what. Okay. So first, who likes oranges? Okay, I want to know about the person. That is why I have put who here. Who likes oranges? So I will get Raj likes oranges. So Raj, that is the answer of who. Okay, same way, same sentence with what. What does Raj like? Raj likes oranges. So oranges, this is the answer of what. This is the object. Okay, so if you want to know about object, ask with what. If you want to know about subject, ask with who. Okay, here it is given what does Raj like? Does. So this is the example of simple present tense, and we have already seen in my series of tenses regarding with particular simple present tense that when you frame interrogative sentence you have to use do or does. So with third person singular he, she or it you have to use does, and with rest of the others you have to use do. Here Raj, this is third person singular, that is why does is given. So here likes, s is added because here does is given. So in reply you cannot put does, instead of that you have to put s or es along with verb. Next, George won a new car. Now see, who won a new car? Who. With the help of who I will get subject. So I will get George in reply. George won a new car. So George is the answer of this who. Next, with the same example, what did George win? Okay, here I have mentioned did. Why? Because won is given. Won, that is the example of simple past V2 form. That is why in framing question you have to put did. Everything I have mentioned in my series of tenses. So did is mentioned. So when you get reply, you cannot put did, but instead of that you have to put V2 form. That is why here won is given. What did George win? So George win becomes won because this is V2 form. So win, did win. Okay. So here you have to use V2 form. Won a new car. Okay. So answer is a new car. This is an object that you can get only if you ask question with what. Here already mentioned, use who for people and use what for things, ideas and so on. For example, who is your favorite singer? What is your favorite song? So who, you will get subject, with what you will get an object. Okay, about for example, what is your favorite song? So if you mention this any song instead of what, that is your favorite song. So here it is about things, ideas. Okay, let's see the difference between which or what. First, you have to use which with small numbers of possibilities and what in general. Let's see examples. First, sentence is already framed. We can go this way or that way. So here choice is mentioned. Okay, only two choices are given. That is why it is asked with which. Which way shall we go? We can go this way or that way. So framing question, use which. Second, there are four umbrellas here. So, which is yours? 4. 4 is mentioned. So, it is small numbers of possibilities. We can say. That is why here question is framed with which. Which is yours? Third one. What sort of music do you like? So, sort of music, kind of music. So, that is in general. That is why here you have to ask with what, not with which. Same way, what color are his eyes? So, it is vast area. It is in general, this color. That is why you have to ask question with what and not with which. Which color do you prefer? White or yellow? So here which is mentioned. It is also about color, but choice is given white or yellow. So limited numbers, small numbers. That is why which is used and not what. Whereas here in fourth example, what color? So color that is in general are his eyes. So that is why what is used. Whereas here preference or you can say choice is given white or yellow. So you have to choose any one. That is why here which is mentioned. So friends, hope you learned a lot from this session. I'll be back with more videos. My upcoming video will be based on the series of verbs. Do watch, like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon. See you soon. Thank you.